Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeff. So in this video, we're going to check out RIIZE's dance practice for Siren. I'm glad that they put one out because on the performance video, even though it is a performance video, we barely got to see the full frame, the dance moves, because of the cuts. It's more like a video than a performance video, I feel like. But that's okay. We got to see them, we got to see their facial expressions, we got to see their charisma, which was really nice to see. Here, we're gonna do a little bit of a dissection. I don't know how much I will be able to give because my friend did mention that it is a moving cam, but you do see most of the moves. So that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna go watch it first, all the way through, and then gonna do a little bit of dissection, what I can do. Let's get to it. Hey! Oh my god! Look how low they are! Hey! Let's go, Sung Chan! Nice. Nice transition. They're quite synchronized here. Hey! Woo! That's hard! Oh, nice transition. Oh! This is really smart. I've never seen that transition before. Wow. Hey. My god, they're just so light on their feet. Hey. Look, the footwork is just effortless. Okay. My god, it's so short. It feels even shorter without the actual like cuts and stuff, the faces and stuff. It's nice to see the transition because on the performance video, I was thinking, I wonder if they choreographed this just specifically for each section of the venue. Like they were shooting in different areas of the venue. Like there was one with the stairs, one where like with the roof. So I was thinking that maybe the choreography itself isn't connected itself. I thought that there wouldn't be a lot of transition. It was kind of like something that you would choreograph. Okay, this one will be shot here, so we don't really need a transition. But I am completely wrong because sometimes they do that for like music videos and stuff because it's not going to be performed live. Like for example, this one, it's not going to be in the album, and there was a certain purpose for it, which is to introduce their dance capabilities. But evidently, it's a full-on routine, which is nice. I was told that the choreographer may be Josh Price. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I did look at his stuff, and I'm like, oh, wow, this is going to be very, very interesting because it's so different from an Essen type of choreography, like I mentioned last time. It's very liquid, and a lot of people were saying that they love the individual vibes, right? Because I mentioned that, some areas, it's not going to be too fully robotically synchronized, and that's totally fine. But you know what? Here, it's a lot more synchronized. It's probably because by this point, they would have probably rehearsed it a lot more because they went to LA to film this, right? So it depends on how long they have had to prepare for the music video shoot there. And also, you're not in charge of which takes they use. Because on the final edit, the DOP, the director, they choose which is the best editing-wise, right? Because sometimes when it's a moving camera, those kind of things, sometimes the shot doesn't fully get the frame that they want. The light catches, like those kind of things. This is why filming music videos and just acting in film can be difficult because the post-production may not be able to use your best take. And you as an artist, that's why it needs to be as consistent as possible every single take. But that's almost impossible. Some people may be able to do it 100%. But if you're filming, 8 to 16 hours a day, I don't know how long they were filming. For example, if you were filming an entire day, like 12 to 16 hours, your stamina for the shoot will be really compromised because you're repeating every single take, right? You know, like for example, the scene by the stairs. Who knows how many takes they did in order to get that many shots so that they have the close up, the wide, you know, all that, right? So it takes a lot of work and it's really hard on your body because, you know, your stamina, your hydration level, your focus, you know, your hour 2 will be different from hour 12, the 12th hour on set, right? And if you guys are wondering, why does it take so long to shoot? It's because of the setup, the lighting setup, the camera setup. They have to change the lens, they have to change the lighting, they have to, because every single time, you know, every frame is going to be very, very different. As opposed to when you're doing it one, twice, or the third time in a dance practice room. You know, you don't need to do it on a 16-hour day. So if there was a little bit of not too robotically synchronized on the performance video, those are probably why, the stuff that I said. But here, it seems a lot more synchronized because they were probably only able to do it 1, 2, 3 times within an hour, right? That will be much better on your stamina. You can control yourself more and you can monitor it yourself. And it's not gonna take too long to be like, okay, let's fix this particular one and then go again. You know, it doesn't take that long because you don't have to set up like the lights and stuff and you can go on your own time. You don't have to be like worrying about the DOP's time, the director's time, all those, right? So here you're just like with several managers and your camera, right? Want exclusive reactions? On my Patreon, there are thousands of hours of reactions from reality shows, documentaries, concerts, albums, to survival shows, and many more. Enjoy more entertainment industry knowledge, affordable pricing, easy to read menus so you know what you can get on each tier, and just overall fun content. I cover many of the groups I already do here on YouTube, so you can be sure to find something you like. Link in the description down below. This one though, I love how low it repeats, but I love how low they are. Here, look. Oh my god, we're really bad on the quality here because it's off Instagram. Well, this is off YouTube because I need to be able to like do arrow keys and stuff. But it's just like it's not crisp. Anyway, look how low they are. Oh my goodness. I love that. It just really creates levels. And also the lower you go, the more you'll be able to reach your leg out and create that dynamic shape. And then it's so powerful when you go up to this move, right? So you're low here and then you stop, you go out, that's middle range, and then go up. So that creates a level change. That out is so satisfying because it's so synchronized. And then like here, wait, I also, okay, before we move on to the next step, I love that the other guys at the back are also there. We didn't see that in the performance video, so I'm glad that I checked this out. So they're doing all of that. You know, there's a little bit of acting there. There needs to be a lot of commitment there because it can kind of feel weird, that kind of movement. So all you need to do as a dancer is really fully commit to that idea and head down if it's head down. So you're not looking and hesitating. Looking into the mirror, you know, when you go like this, there's self-consciousness and it doesn't feel organic. So if you're head down, you're really committed to the emotions of the song, then it will translate a lot better, even though you're at the back. And the same thing again, too. They do create dynamic shifts here. Like, look, I'm not sure who that is, but like, for example, I think this is Unsok, because I'm basing that off like the final formation on the right side on the performance video, but I could be totally wrong. But look how low they are too, matching the energy of the guys in the front. And then when they go up here, right? So there is a dynamic shift as well. My god. And like also same thing here. With Wonbin. Oh my god, a lot of us love Wonbin. My comment section was just popping off about Wonbin. And oh, by the way, we did establish, and I did realize afterwards that Wonbin was the first frame. I thought it was Anton. I thought at first I thought it was Wonbin, and then I thought it was Anton. So yeah, we really love Wonbin. His charisma and his dance skills are popping off. Someone commented and they were like, it's giving Kai and Taeyong, like that kind of energy. And I'm like, oh my God, I agree. That is a perfect description of who he is. And the more I see him dance and perform, it's giving that kind of level of energy. And we know Taeyong and Kai are like incredible center people. And they have such uniqueness and charisma to the way they perform, which really excites me about Wonbin as a center. So I mentioned how wide it is in the front. And I love how wide he goes also on the side. Here, like that, well, all of them, really. It's this leg that will create that like wide stance on the side. It's nice. And here's Sungjan gets his solo. I love Sungjan. He has definitely improved so much from NCT. When we first met him in Misfit until now, he's a lot better now. Like him getting a solo like this, that says a lot. And like that windmill, that's really cool. In the music video, there was actually a lot more difference in the way they executed this move. I mentioned it. If you guys have watched my reaction video, I mentioned it. But here, it's actually a lot more synchronized. The foot placement, it's a lot more established. So again, that's something that could have been fixed after the performance video was shot, or maybe in that frame they would just use a different take that they normally would do. Maybe it was like that slight, because it wasn't that similar. It could also be the framing, but it was very evident that like Wonbin's hip was a lot more forward than the other guys. But here we see it more. This is definitely more cohesive. But it looks like the outer parts, the outer guys, they definitely have, I think their hips are forward, but because they're facing to the outwards of the formation, that's why the feet looks like it's facing the other way instead of front. So that totally makes sense. But here is an establishing factor. But mind you, still, head placement, it's still very individualized. Because Wonbin is here in this direction, and who is this? Sorry, I can't. It's a little pixelated. Is it Sohee? I feel like it might be Sohee. Like, I'm trying to make out the face, but like, there's none. Yeah, because this guy was at the back earlier. It's neither Shotaro or Sunghan, because this is Shotaro and this is Sunghan. Yeah. So yeah, his head is outwards this way. That looks like Sohee. Frick man, Sunghan is damn. He's so sharp. I think also because he's on the, well, comparatively to Sungchan, he's on the shorter side. So he is agile. That's the first thing that I noticed about him here. He's agile. He was really good in SM Rookies when they did the performance at SM Town. But here he's a lot sharper too. So he's agile and sharp, which is a really nice combination. Because like here, like look at the footwork, like the knee work going in and out. And then it's so incredible because like his upper body is staying the same. It's staying still. But like his lower body is moving quickly. This is a really good transition. Okay, so I think that was Sohee, because here we get like his face up close. But I love this transition. This was one of the ones that I thought that it was just kind of like a choreograph for the venue for like that transition. Because I was like, how does that transition? How does that go from like one move to this specific formation? Because I've never seen it like that. So it's really cool to see it here. Like it go, and then it's a line. I love the swag. Nice swag. It's so organic. The thing with swag, we bring that up a lot here. It's in the shoulders. You know, when you're able to groove and like really just marinate on the way your shoulders are moving, that's the swag. Like just being in control of your shoulders. And here it's evident. Like for example, like Mark, like he's got a lot of swag because his shoulders move really, really well. It's just in the vibe. It's in the way you move. This is why it's always impressive to me when guys with like broad shoulders are able to have swag. Yeah, because if you have broad shoulders, like how low can you go? You know, how vibey can you go? Because it's like having two sticks outwards, right? It doesn't bend. So like when you have broad shoulders and you can like bend like that, you know, like kind of do this kind of movement, you know, there's just a lot of control and command up here. That's incredible to me. That's cool. That's a cool transition. I know it's because it's like hopping backwards, and that's hard to synchronize because it really comes down to muscle memory. Because like if you're going frontwards, if you're going forward and you're doing that like hop thing, because it's quite fast too, it's maintaining that level. And because you're transitioning. If you're staying in the same spot, that's fine. But like the more you move with that like hop thing, your upper body may shift because you're moving forward or backwards, right? So that muscle memory to stay low and to stay there, and then while you're moving. So it's like a lot of core. You know, you need to engage your core there. So you can keep your upper body there while your feet are moving, because most of the time, when your lower body is like shifting that fast, your upper body can bounce, right? But theirs is like not moving, I think. And they're moving backwards too. Yeah, so there's like a level change as well. It's difficult because you're moving backwards, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It's difficult because you're moving backwards. You're shifting your level gradually. And you can't see people in front of you. I mean, I guess like the people back here, they'll be able to see them, but like the people in front, they have no basis. So it will be in the job of like these guys. Well, one, you know, they have to be they really need to establish how low you need to be to start with before you go up in that movement. But the thing is, like, it'll be these guys' job to match the level of these guys, because these guys can't see, right? This is the footwork is insane. Oh my god, I can't. This is where you see their fullest potential, because they're so light on their feet and still maintaining great energy and synchronization. Because like this footwork is really fast and it could easily be messy, but it's it's a lot cleaner here. I love this guy's fashion too. Like Wonbin is fucking perfect. Like please give me this outfit. I would love to wear it tomorrow. I know SM trainees and idols get styling classes and selfie classes, I heard. Is their fashion there, like please lend me your clothes. But yeah, Wonbin, is it only Wonbin that does that? Like there's he does a little bit of oh my god, quality. He does a little bit of, I think it's only him because he's in the center, but I love that detail. It's so pixelated. I love that he only has one hand, and then, but the thing is, like, there's attitude, there's charisma, there's a playfulness to the way he goes down. It touches carefully and then he goes up. Like there's playfulness to that bounciness. And that is cool because they have those, when they go up, they have those like little head grabs, right? This is incredible because we're seeing how different it is framing wise, because you do have to change up your performance depending on the frame of your camera. If it's you know, for example, like for Wonbin, the close-up on the performance video, he's able to like really like immerse his face in give off face during that moment. But here it's less there because the frame is not going to catch it anyway. But that's a mark of an experienced artist because you do shift performance. Because why would you give off face, like work everything here when the camera is not picking it up, right? So when you're wide, you got to adjust your performance for the camera so that it's more on your body rather than your face. And then when the camera is close up, that's when you work the face. I just love that move. I keep replaying it. Oh, there's a little jump there too. Sunghan did a little bit of jump. I didn't notice that ever until now. Look. Nice. Oh my god, this movement is so cool. This one. And like, look at Shotaro, like how precise his movement is. Like, it's staying forward, bam, 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 and then until the last moment when his head needs to go this way, that's the only time it goes. So, he's maintaining his posture here when it goes like that. And then when the move goes like this, that's the only time his head goes like that. And that marks a clean performance. That's a pro right there. I feel like if you want to see how the choreography is intended to be, you got to look at Shotaro. That's what I've noticed in a lot of his performances. I feel like because he's a pro dancer, especially in this category, this genre, I feel like he has the most copy and paste from choreographer to performer. Because a lot of times, a lot of dancers, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. A lot of dancers, like what I mentioned last time, is like you would take a choreography and then you would copy it, so that you can learn it. But you would kind of modify it a little bit so that it's much better for yourself. And then you can look better too. You can feel more comfortable. But I feel like with Shotaro, I feel like because he's so pro at his job and he's worked so much, in competition, that kind of thing, I feel like he's able to really just stick to what the choreography is and do that. He doesn't need to add extra. He's able to stick to what is. That's a hard thing to do because that means that you're able to copy the choreographer, copy and paste. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but it's harder to stick to how the choreographer looks like because you're totally different people. So you being able to do the choreography the way the choreographer does it, it's a gift. And I just noticed that because Shotaro's movement is so precise. There wasn't like a lot of addition to the way he was doing that. Okay, moving on. Wait, I like Sunghan's pop here. I'm discovering so many details like every single time. Did you guys see that? Like, watch him. There's like a head pop. That's a nice detail. Yeah, that's fast. But like here, like the movements are just so different. I feel like if it's not your forte, it's gonna feel so silly. It's gonna look so silly doing this because it's so fast. Look. Right? I feel like if it's not your forte to do this kind of these kind of movements, I feel like it's gonna look silly. But of course, Shotaro is like pro, so did it really well. My god, wait. That little hop? That hop is difficult because you kind of have to suspend up in the air to do that like switcheroo. What the hell? Like they touch one foot and then the other. Right? See? Oh my god, that's hard. You have to be suspended in the air to be able to do that. And then go into like that last position. Oh my god. It's a 1 minute choreography, but it's intense. I don't know how long this edit will be, but it'll probably be around the 20-minute mark. And I'm sorry again. I'm just really, really excited about this group. I feel like choreography wise, they're very, very fresh. I'm excited to see what kind of sound they will have, because someone did mention that it is the concept is emotional pop. So it was clarified. I saw it on Twitter. I saw a video of it. The genre isn't necessarily emotional pop. It's the concept. So when you Google emotional pop, it does kind of go into like kind of teenage pop rock, kind of like Avril Lavigne. I feel like that they're going more for like the aesthetic of that, the emotional pop, rather than the genres. And it did say that they're going to be doing different music genres. So I feel like hip hop is not out of the question, because I feel like a lot of people did discuss that they're not going to be hip hop, they're going to be emotional pop, because that's what SM introduced them as. But it was clarified that the concept is emotional pop, but the music genres will be various. So by concept, I'm thinking it's just really the aesthetic. That makes sense. If I feel like, especially with Wonbin as the center and face of the group, that fits really, really well, because he has a kind of angst in his aura. Can't wait to see more of these guys, so stay tuned for more reactions. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching with me today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, do like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure you take that notification bell so you don't miss any content from me. And if you'd like to get to know more about me, do check out my Instagram, Threads, and Patreon down below.